The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
All right, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Dirt Racing Network's live coverage of the PRO Sidewinder Dirt Series. Fairbury American Legion Speedway, the scene of the crime tonight. 24 drivers checked in. Round number 3, second round for the 360s in this series. All the old familiar faces in the house. Chambrone, the old jabroni, number 1 in practice right now, 11.324 seconds. Daniel Zager's making a rare appearance in the series. Borst, Gerland, Buster, John Fowler making his appearance tonight. We see Jeff Stewart in the house. Nick Cohan on the registry list. Gabe Blackfelter, Reed Rundle. Richie Preston. Old PG, Peyton Greaves in the house as well. Last show for the week. Next week, jam-packed. The only night we won't have is Sunday, as the Hales Corners guys are off for the next 2 Sundays. But Monday night, Dirt Slingers in their 360 Monday Night Thunder Series gets back in action. Kickoff season number 16 for them. Then Tuesday night, right back here at Fairbury.
Race number 3 of the
Big blocks be on the track next week here for these guys. And then Wednesday night Warriors kick off their 4th season with their big block modified series. New format. A lot of changes going on for the Dirt Slinger. And then they'll whip it back around on Sunday on the 13th. So they've got the Triple Crown Showdown. PRO, SSR, and DSRL all getting together. Little interleague sanctioned rumble. They're going to do the 7th through the 10th of September. Do 4 10s on the 7th, big blocks on the 8th. Super late models on the 9th. The top 20 from each one of those nights goes into the final night on Friday. All 60 cars in the same server at the same time. Each series will run their own full-length show. It'll be just like you going to your local dirt track and seeing 3 classes of cars, practice, heats, and features. No B-mains, no last chance qualifiers, just those 20 guys, each of them vying for the championship to be crowned the first Triple Crown Showdown champion in their respective divisions. Drivers in their drivers meeting. We got about a minute here. We will go to our pre-race ceremonies. Invocation, our national anthem, will come back. These guys will be in qualifying. 24 cars. Should see 3 heats, and they should all make the feature. I'm going to double check my notes here real quick and make sure if that's correct. But I think they all make it. 24 car field. 30 laps is what it says. They have a redraw to start the feature. The guys redraw, and then that very first lap they rearrange the first few guys, however many were in the redraw, and then they kick it off themselves, get started. Once they do, then everything is kind of controlled by the iRacing service. We'll be with you for all 30 laps. Gonna have some fun tonight. Say hi in the chat, let us know where you're watching from. If you got a favorite driver, cheer them on each and every time they come on the track. If you're on Facebook, drop by the Dirt Racing Network, like, share, and follow. If you're over on Twitch or YouTube, hit the subscribe button. As things start to cool off, we'll start to have more and more in the way of coverage. But I'm getting the signal that it's time to go downstairs and get ready for tonight's opening ceremonies.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
And now, please welcome Pastor Sam Foley from Port Orange, Florida, to deliver tonight's invocation.
Father, we ask today that you protect and bless those who participate in this race. May they use good sportsmanship and respect for each other. And we'll thank you and praise you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, big thank you to the Foleys. Drivers rolling out on track. Richie Preston right now out trying to get his first qualifying lap up out of turn 4. To the top of the board, 11.342 second lap. Tick slower, 11.393, but still P1. Nick Chambrone. Casey Miller, your defending series champion. Third quickest right now. Andrew Haberman, Thomas George, the top 5. Cars on track. Reed Rundle. 43, Buddy's Racing Equipment Machine. Out here putting down a time. 12.308, 17th quick. Go check John Fowler here. John Fowler. Oh, where'd he go? He moved on me. John Fowler moved all the way up to 11th on his first lap. All the way up to 4th on his second lap. 11.623. That's just about 3/10 off of your quick time. Still Richie Preston. 22 of the 24 cars have taken time. Terry Mustard and Gabe Gladfelter. Don't see them heading out on track. Cars have not appeared yet. We'll give them about 66 seconds here. Fort Dodge, Iowa. I haven't been up that way in many a year. Planned on going to Knoxville this year, but work and, well, a lot of other things kind of got in the way. So hopefully we'll be able to get back up there next year. Doesn't look like Terry Mustard or Gabe Gladfelter are going to take time. Kind of odd. Gladfelter second last week in the opening round. A vast improvement for him. He struggled in the sprint cars last year, but he was dominant in the big blocks. And he started off with a good run in the big blocks. I think he was second in the 360s in week 1 and came home second or third last week in the big blocks. And good start to the season for him. Quick peak 3 heat races, 8 cars each. Let's get down here and run through RCJAuto21.com starting lineup on the pole. Roderick Fitzke into the 3 car, and on the outside, Sirius XM number 8 of Thomas George. Your second row on the inside, the RCSM number 5 of John Fowler, and on his outside, the Jessup Logistics Elbows Up Simsport number 25 from West Middlesex, Pennsylvania. That's Richie Preston. Quick qualifier for the evening. Third row on the inside, Corbin Hutchison, the 19, and J.G. Boydell in the 14. And your final row, the CJ Auto Perk Coffee Dizzy Motorsports number 21. Nazareth, Pennsylvania of Nick Cohan. And on his outside, going to be the 74 car of Daniel Walker. So 8 cars. Everybody's going to make the feature. A couple of these guys are going to get into our redraw tonight. All right, pace truck in. We're getting ready to go green out of turn number 4.
Green flag, green flag.
Fitzke sees the green flag on the gas, and we are underway. Richie Preston to the high side. Oh, Fitzke got it out of shape in 1 and 2. No cautions in your heat races, so that is going to hurt a bunch of drivers that were lined up and tucked in behind him. Battle at the front right now. Preston, slider thrown on him by Thomas George. He counters that, takes the spot right back. George is second, Boydell third. Daniel Walker, not so distant in fourth, about 20 car lengths now as he clipped the wall there in 3 and 4. Then it's Corbin Hutchison. John Fowler escaped the melee in turn 1 on lap number 1 and got out ahead of 6. Nick Cohan 7th. And Fitzke is taking the car to the infield. So has Cohan. Cohan is in the infield as well. Both of those drivers done. They will have a starting spot in the feature. So just being in it gives you a chance. But right now, Richie Preston working on lap number 5 right here, and he is gone from second place. Thomas George, at least 15 car lengths. He's running the top side, and that really is the best line around here with the track state the way that it is. Keep that right rear buried in the bank right up against the fence. Good drive out of the corner. Preston just out for a Sunday drive right now. Thomas George trying to hang on, but he is quite a ways back. He's got it buried in the cushion up there on the top right now as well. About a lap and a half for Richie Preston, going to win another heat race. I personally haven't seen Richie on track in a little while, and it doesn't look like he's taken any time off. If he has, there's no rust to be shown. Checkered flag, heat 1 goes to Preston, then Thomas George, J.G. Boydell in 3rd, Corbin Hutchison going to come home in 4th right here. Fowler in 5th, Walker, Cohan, and Fitzke in that order. 1 heat race in the books already. Well, if you guys are there in turn 4, you're definitely rowdy, and yeah, we could have guessed that that's who you were cheering on, buddy. All right, on the pole for heat race number 2, the alwaysraceday.com netcode esports number 71 from Bondurant, Iowa, of Josh Gerlach, and on his outside in the 2 car, Robert Lynn. 3rd row on the inside, the grain belt number 86 of John Borst, and on the outside of him, the 05, last week's winner, Casey Miller. 24 of Chris Jabot on the inside of row number 3, and on his outside, the Indy Race Parts Midwest number 92. It's the Hammerhead Sim Racing Team machine from Hopstad, Indiana, of Peyton Grease. And in your back row, there's your guy, Peter Brees, the Buddies Racing Equipment TDC Race Team number 43 out of Oxford, Michigan, of Reed Rundle. And Gabe Gladfelter, defending Big Block Series champion, finished 2nd in the 360 race last week. He is going to, he was going to start 8th on the field, but it looks like he did not make the call. So not sure what's going on with the 128 car, but he is not in the field. I think I have maybe 3 more races on my schedule for the year. I've got 2 World Outlaws races, 1 in Lawton, Oklahoma, 1 in Mesquite, Texas, and then I have the Pat Succi Classic out at Red Dirt Raceway in Meeker, Oklahoma, that I'm going to go to here in about 4 or 5 minutes.
Green flag, green flag.
All right, green flag in the air. Heat race number 2 underway. Josh Gerlach took from the point, jumped right out to the lead. Robert Lynn into 2nd. John Borst, Back here in 5th behind Peyton Grease and Casey Miller. Peyton Grease sporting a 22, not the 92 tonight. Maybe trying to change his luck a little bit. He's had nothing but bad luck recently. PG trying to find something different in the seat of a different race car tonight. In their big slider didn't work. Miller easily counters that. Casey Miller, pretty crafty, pretty cagey veteran here. Running second right now to Gerlach. See a different 05 car when it comes feature time. He likes when it starts to get slick. It's really the time when he shines. And we'll see what Miller has in the feature. Well, we are down 5 laps to go. 5 laps to go. Thought we were going to get the 40 go, so it's 5 to go. And Gerlach clicking up pretty good times. A little slower than Miller. Miller's starting to close the gap. I just don't think there's enough laps for him to get all the way up there and make a challenge and pick up a heat win right now. He was about a 10th quicker the last time around. We'll see where they're at this time as they come to 3 to go. 575 for Gerlach. 472, so another 10th quicker. And then Gerlach finds the fence right in front of Miller. Don't know what that's going to do to the 71 car. He may have broken the right rear suspension. It looks like it's laying over fairly good right there. But Miller taking advantage, jumping right to the point. He is going to come around with 1 lap to go. Peyton Grease jumped up to second, Borst into third. Gerlach fell all the way back to 4th, but he's ahead of Rundle and Lynn, who are battling for 5th and 6th right now. Miller's going to win the heat. Peyton Grease second, John Borst third, Josh Gerlach. This battle right here is over. Robert Lynn gets 5th. Then Reed Rundle and Chris Jabot took it to the pits a little early. So we'll get ready for heat race number 3. CJAuto21.com starting lineup looks like this. The 8 car, the Flow Racing machine of Daniel Zegers on the pole, and on his outside in that black number 1 Full Moon Garage machine of Robbie Schaefer out of Hamburg, Pennsylvania. Your second row on the inside, the 68 of Andrew Haberman. On the outside, the H.H. Yoko's Peeps. Dizzy Motorsports number 01 out of Nazareth, PA. Nick Chambrone, the Jabroni. Out there in the 01 car. Ran good last week. Kind of faltered towards the end, but had a good run going for most of that night. Might have finished second or third, but he battled hard. I know he battled hard. I remember a great battle between him and Casey Miller. Third row, the over-the-wall for photography. Number 72 out of Milford, Ohio. Jeff Stewart on the inside. On his outside, Hondo Longbar in the 43. And your final row, the double aught of Don Runkle. And the Zero machine. That's the TMJ Racing machine of Terry Mustard Jr. out of Waverly, Ohio.
Green flag, green flag.
Zegers, always quick. That 8 car of Daniel Zegers. Sometimes gets into some things of his own doing, and sometimes gets into some things that aren't his doing at all. A little bad luck every now and then, but you get him out front, he's probably going to run away from these guys right now. He is gapping the field. Haberman trying to hang on to second. But Schaefer trying to work the high side. I think that car just a little snug for him. He's not getting the rotation he needs on the top side. Nick Chambrone. I'm not doing this right. Trying to grab 4th. He was battling right there side by side with Schaefer. Had to slip off the bottom now, has to make up all the ground again. Zegers absolutely gone. He's got almost a full straightaway on these two battling right here. Now, Schaefer had a good run down off the hill, didn't get the car squared up and had to roll off the throttle. That keeps Haberman in front of him. We're down to about 4 laps to go here. Chambrone still 4th. Mustard up to 5th. Jeff Stewart, 72 car. Not used to seeing him deep in these fields. Usually heads for the front pretty quickly. He's back in 6th, then Longmire and Runkle. Zegers off the top side, 3 to go under the flag stand that time. Haberman still 2nd, Schaefer still 3rd, but Schaefer got company on the inside. Here comes the Zero machine of Mustard, and Mustard with a great move down on the bottom, found something sticky down there, got a drive out of the corner. He takes 3rd away. Now Schaefer with problems, lets both Stewart and Chambrone get by. Those two have a little contact down in turn 2. We're coming to the white flag. Zegers, Haberman, Mustard, Stewart, Schaefer, the top 5. Chambrone fell to 6. But Daniel Zegers out of turn 4, checkered flag in hand for the flagman. Your winner in Heat 3, the 8 car of Daniel Zegers. Andrew Haberman, Terry Mustard, Jeff Stewart 4th. Robbie Schaefer in 5th. Nick Chambrone doesn't like the 01 car, doesn't ever want to see that car again. He takes it through the tires, up over the outside fence and into the trash dumpster. So we'll see a new 01 car for Nick when he comes out. Right now, these guys all the way to a warm-up session. Watching Josh Gerlach here. Don't know how long these guys are going to go. We'll give them a minute or two. Waiting to see what the redraw looks like. 9 drivers made it into the redraw. For tonight's feature, that is bad news for the rest of the field. Richie Preston to an outside, Peyton Grease on the inside of row 2. Terry Mustard will draw position number 4. Daniel Zegers, position 5. Boydell draws the 6th spot. The 7th spot's going to go to Thomas George. Haberman gets the outside of row 4. Right, the final draw position is left to John Gorst. He will start inside row number 5. So redraw complete. And bad news for the field. I'm telling you, this track is going to start to get slick, and it is going to be Casey Miller time. And the rest of these guys have now got their work cut out. He's going to start at the front. It's going to be hard to get around that guy. He had to work for it last week. Had to work pretty hard for it last week. But things to come. Someone wants to dethrone him. You're going to have to go beat that guy, and it's hard to do when he starts out front. Our practice session ending. Guys will line up. It will show 31 laps on the board. That first lap, they will rearrange the field, and then they will get started. We went through the grid. Those guys on the front row will swap positions. We'll start going through it. They will start with Miller and Preston on the front row, inside and out. So they will swap their spots. Then Peyton Grease and Terry Mustard will be row 2, row 3. Daniel Zegers and J.G. Boydell. Thomas George and Andrew Haberman in the 4th row. And then Borst will start inside row 5. Not sure who's going to start outside with him there. Probably going to go with Corbin Hutchison as your 10th starter. The 19 car here. Then behind him, Gerlach and Stewart. Then Fowler and Lynn in row 7. Row 8, Schaefer and Walker. Rundle and Chambrone in row 9. Cohan and Jabot in row 10. 11th row, Longmire and Fitzke. And then Glatfelter and Runkle in the 12th and final row. Just waiting, they'll get the green, and by the time we come around to end of lap 1, they'll have rearranged the field.
Green flag, green flag.
Casey Miller to the inside. You'll see everybody quickly get to their spots. Very small track. They got to really move quick here. And we will start this time out of turn number 4 with Miller and Preston. Green flag in the air. 30 laps of racing underway. Round number 3. PRO Sidewinder Dirt Series 360 sprint cars. And Casey Miller wasting no time. Zegers waiting for second. Richie Preston trying to fight him off. Looking for the slider in 1 and 2. He didn't slam the door. Probably could have. Might have got bumped in the back. But Zager settles into second. Then it's Preston. Then Terry Mustard, the black car, the zero machine on the inside right there for Thomas George. Blue car with the black wing, the number 8 on that. He falls to 6 as Haberman goes around him. Boydell and Gerlach, 8, 7, and 8. Borston Stewart, 9 and 10. And here comes Schaefer. Schaefer went in there pretty hard. Got the car pretty sideways. I think he bumped Borst. Right now, Casey Miller picking him up, putting him down. Considerably quicker, about a quarter of a second quicker than anyone else in the field right now. There's a battle on for second. Preston has the high side. Zegers had the inside. That time by Preston had second by a nose. Good battle between these two drivers right here. Preston going to keep the top side. Zegers getting everything he wants out of 1 and 2, not so much in 3 and 4. Zegers, that time got a good run. He had second at the line. They were both falling further and further behind. Terry Mustard still in 4th, but here comes Haberman. Caution. Gonna say Hondo Longmire is in this one. Oh, got it out of shape out of 4. Got touched right there. Got spun around. Yeah, a couple of cars got into that. Runkle lost the nose on his car. Hondo Longmire through the infield. So to get that all worked up, I think Fitzke was the other car, the 3 machine, that green and purple car. Yeah. He was the other car that was in that. So Miller to the point, then Zegers, Preston, Mustard, Haberman, Gerlach, George, Borst, Boydell, and Stewart, the top 10 right now. Still about 22 laps to go. All right, pace truck in. They're going to double the field up. Miller picks the inside. All week last week, at Charlotte, picked the outside for the restarts. Worked out for him, but now he's down on the bottom. Got the car way sideways. Zegers may have a shot right here, and Zegers had the lead going into 3. Casey Miller gives up the point. New leader, Daniel Zegers, that time by Miller to second. Mustard sitting in 3rd, but he's got a host of drivers, including Haberman, Preston, Gerlach right there. 4 wide out of turn number 4. That's going to work. But it looks like Mustard able to squeak ahead at the line now. Maybe not so much. Still 4 wide. Great racing back here for 3rd. That's 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. And they are still 4 wide. This is the 2nd lap. Now Preston. Slider line. It's going to go 4 wide. They're just going to swap positions. Gerlach threaded the needle between drivers. He takes over third. Mustard pulls alongside out of turn 4. Intense racing. Gerlach with a little bump over the cushion. That's going to keep him too wide, too deep. Third, fourth, fifth, and sixth right here. Caution again. Once again, it might not be. It might have been the 19 car that time of Corbin Hutchison. Let's see if we can see what happened to Corbin. Up. Car in front of him got a little out of shape. He ends up getting turned over. That was John Fowler that got out of shape. And Hutchison clipped him. But Zegers took the point on the restart.
All right, man. Like it back on the pace car. We're not going green this time. We are not going green.
And we're going to extend that caution just to make sure everybody's going to be in their correct positions when we get ready for this restart. Still 17 laps remaining. Almost to halfway. A couple more laps, we'll be halfway. Field not forming double. They're forming single, so it looks like since it was a short run, we're going to go single wide. And Zegers going to have a big advantage there. Takes all the advantage. Keeps the lead. Miller at Mustard. Here comes Gerlach going to the high side. Mustard went through the middle again. Now going to come off the bottom of 4. He's got the bottom working pretty good. The 0 car. Uh-oh, Miller found the fence on the top side of 2. That's going to close things up. Now he's going to battle with Preston, Gerlach, and Mustard for that second position. Mustard falls all the way back to 5th. Gerlach and Preston side by side. That's 3rd and 4th. Miller still hanging on to 2nd. Keeps getting that right rear tire up against the fence. It's not going to work out too good for him eventually. It's going to cost him a spot, but not this time. As Miller goes back around Preston. Zegers starting to get away. Go back to 6th. That's Stewart and Boydell, excuse me, side by side. Stewart's going to take the spot away. So Boydell is 7th, Schaefer is 8th, Chambreau, and then Rundle, your top 10. Reed Rundle, good run for him. Cracking the top 10. Thomas George right behind that. Casey Miller has got clear of Richie Preston. Now has his sights set on the 8 car. This is usually a Casey Miller type of deal right here. He can find the top side, make it work. This track not as conducive to his style of rim riding. He's finding the fence down here in 3 and 4 almost systematically. Right there, right rear up against the fence. Almost the same exact spot every single time. Zegers starting to get into traffic. Zegers went around Walker right there. Now he has got Fitzke. Fitzke keeps the middle, gives the top up to the leader. Next to be Robert Lynn, the 2 car. Then Don Runkle in the 0-0. Runkle lets Lynn go around. Runkle missing the nose piece. Oh, leader in heavy traffic. Slips between cars now. We're going to get up here. That might be really big trouble for the 2 car. We may get a caution, we may not. He may have gotten that thing going. I don't see a yellow flag yet. Getting down to it, we're down to 5 to go already. Zegers has lapped up to 16th place, and that is Fowler right in front of him in 16th. Fowler about a lane down, keeps the top open, now closes the door. Gets the car out of shape, bumps the leader right there. That's going to let Richie Preston gain ground. Preston around Miller into 2nd, and here comes Richie Preston. Slider around Fowler. Now it's just a handful of car lengths with 3 laps to go. Zegers knows the car is there. He probably doesn't know exactly who it is, but Richie Preston closing the gap quickly. 2 to go this time. They're going to be back in traffic. Preston's got to pick the right spot, get a clear track. Zegers has got to do the same if he wants to hang on to it. White flag this time around, still 1-2. Zegers by about 2.5 car lengths. Casey Miller right back in this thing. All 3 cars in the same straightaway. Now Preston goes for the slider in 3 and 4, brings it up the hill. Contact. Zegers gets around, and Zegers picks up the win. Preston second, Miller in third. Good finish there. Nobody really got wrecked. The guy's a little contact slider, and Zegers got into the back of him, but they kept him straight. Good run for everyone there. Able to keep it facing forward and get to the line. Exciting for the fans. Maybe not as exciting for the drivers as they wanted it to be, but still great finish. Get these guys over here on the front stretch. Oh, that wasn't it. We're going to let them park the cars again, guys. Sorry. We hit the rewind button and not the pause button. So we'll do it right there. We'll get Casey Miller. Let's grab Casey. Casey Miller. Got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, man, another good run for you here, keeping it on the podium. It's 2 weeks in a row, buddy. Tough night tonight. You had to lead for a little bit, and then the restart kind of snookered you there.
Yeah, it was just the top, man. It was just really tough to run up there. You know, you just kind of just bang off the wall every time you go in there. You just hope you don't hit the wall. I ran about as best as I could tonight. The top 2 were just better than me.
Well, we noted that the right rear kept finding the fence down there in 3 and 4, but I got to ask, last week, you were really diligent about choosing the top on every restart. And the first restart of the night here, you choose the bottom, you give up the lead, and you never got it back. Why did you not pick the top this week?
That was a mistake on my part. I don't know why I didn't choose the top. I wish I would have, looking back, but can't change what happened in the past.
Well, still a fantastic run, man. It's going to definitely keep you right up there in the points with the 2 guys that came in tonight, their first week in the series this season. So the points still going to be in your favor. That's going to help you try to repeat maybe. And a 3rd place, not as bad as it looks really on the score sheet.
Nope, just looking for solid runs week in and week out to try to get the championship again.
Well, consistency will bring you a title every time. Who you got on the car helping you out before we let you go celebrate?
Team LLR with Corbin Hutchinson. He had a rough night tonight, got wrecked. He was involved in a wreck earlier. And Extra Life to help the kids. And yeah, it's just pretty much just me.
All right, man. Well, thanks for chatting with us. Look forward to seeing you again next week when the big blocks make their drive right here at Fairbury.
Yep. Thanks for doing this.
Not a problem, man. That's Casey Miller in 3rd place. Let's get a guy here. I gotta rib this guy just a little bit. I gotta give him a little grief because I haven't seen him in a while. He's not buried in horse manure after all. Richie Preston, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Haven't seen you on track in a while. You made a heck of a run tonight. A couple of challenges, and then we'll get to that last lap deal right there. But looked like the track started off, a couple of good lines, and then things kind of went away. How long did it take you to figure out where you needed to run to start closing in on that 8 car in front of you?
Honestly, when I got to second there with I don't know what it was, 6 to go. I was kind of just trying to go the other guys weren't, honestly. Just to, see if I could get a run and get by them. And then I kind of found, enter on the cushion there once I got to second and got it down off the corner, which should seem pretty fast. And the lap cars, it was like a real race, honestly. It made it a lot of fun, especially in traffic there with me, Dan, and Casey and all them guys. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it looked like lap cars really kind of played into helping you, A, catch up, but B, you guys get to them, and they're running right in the middle. You guys were running at the top. There was really not too many places to pull out and pass, and you found a place to go try to throw the slider. How did you see the opening to get down there in 3 and 4?
I think I passed a lap car coming to the white, and like I said, I was just running that kind of that cut down line. And then I know there was a lap car in front of me in 1 and 2, and he was on the very bottom. So I got by him, luckily, out of 2. And then in 3 and 4, I was just like, I'm just going to send it. And whatever happens, happens. And I was clear, and me and Dan already looked at it. He tried to cut down, and his right rear got in the wall a little bit. And it got me a little sideways. But I mean, it's racing. That was a lot of fun.
Last lap coming to the checkers, just send it. And the other guy, a little contact. Both of you kept it going straight. Glad you guys worked it out. Fantastic night. In your return, are we going to see more of Richie Preston here on the Dirt Racing Network?
Yeah, I took a little 3-month break, I guess you could call it, 4-month break. I had some stuff going on in real life with sports and stuff like that. But I'm back and running whenever I can. We got school starting up, so I don't know how much I'll be on, but I'll try to be on my Monday, Thursday, whatever schedule Roger's got here, and we'll go from there.
All right, man. Well, great to see you. Who you got on the car helping you out before we get you off to Celebration City?
Yeah, everybody at Pro for putting on the league. Awesome racetrack tonight. Honestly, it was a lot of fun. Probably one of the best Fairbury tracks I ever raced on. And you, Roger, for broadcasting, doing an awesome job as always. And everybody at Elbows Up, SimSport, Anderson Speedway, Motorsports Beat, Jessup Logistics, Paints by Tunican, Hergot Real Estate, BS Air, Oval Photography, Catch Fence Apparel, Fairway Independent Mortgage Company, and Flow Racing. If you go to our Facebook page, there'll be a link in the bio, and you can click on it to sign up for Flow Racing, and you'll help them support the sim racing community as well as the real life stuff as well.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us, and I can't wait to see you back on the track, brother.
Thanks, Roger.
Richie Preston, your second place finisher, and now we'll talk to somebody else making his debut for this particular season. I don't remember seeing his car last week. If I did see it and I missed it, my apologies to him. But Dan Zegers, you there, buddy?
You bet.
Well, a great run, man. You got the lead there early. You got a challenge late, but Casey Miller said he made a mistake, didn't pick the outside on the restart. You took full advantage of that and kind of had your way with these guys until the last 3 or 4 laps.
Yeah, it was as Casey said, that restart was kind of what I needed. I got a great jump on that. And went to the top. I spent a lot of laps in warm up there at the top, trying to get a feel for what the car was going to do. And yeah, kind of once it got up there, just kind of got in a groove. And then another yellow came out. Still feeling really good. Just kept the foot down. A little attrition there coming up through traffic, but that made it fun. I had to take some different lines, get myself off the wall. And then Richie just chased me down. It's awesome. We were in the same chat together, teammate, Richie being a teammate, and just dead silent out of nowhere. And hell of a run there to the end of the line. And yeah, it's awesome as a team to finish 1-2. We had it hooked up tonight.
Yeah, it looked like lap traffic played a small role in helping Richie catch up there. And at the end, I mean, yeah, I don't know if you knew how close he was, but that slider into 3 and 4, all of a sudden he flashes across your nose. And it didn't look like you had all the time in the world to react. You guys made a little contact. Richie said you guys worked it out. But how surprising was it that he came flashing across in the front of you like that?
Yeah, to be honest, I was pretty surprised. I didn't have any idea how close he was. I was too busy trying to just hit my marks, and then I had no idea on my relative. And yeah, all of a sudden the 2.5 comes sliding right in front of me. I got to go back on the replay. Like we talked about it. I tried to cut it down. I think on my cut down, I tapped the wall, and that's where I got into him. We still had somewhat of a drag race to the line, but I wish there wouldn't have been contact, and because I still think we would have had a heck of a race to the line to see who would have got it. But I don't know, racing deal, great racing, but hopefully whoever was watching had a blast watching it. I sure as heck had a blast driving it. So
it was exciting seeing that last 100 yards of that thing, man. Who's on the car helping you out before we let you celebrate an awesome victory tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. Always elbows up, SimSport, the whole team, for all the helping and coaching. We got a tons of good guys on there that know what they're doing. I wouldn't be here without them. Flow Racing. Check out Elbows Up Facebook page. Follow the link. Help out the racing community. Roofco, Jessup Logistics, Anderson Speedway, Catch Fence Apparel. The list goes on, and we all couldn't be doing what we're doing without some of their help. So I appreciate all of them, and Roger, appreciate your time in the DRN for putting us on in the Pro Series for putting the league on. It's a fun group to race with. So.
All right, man. Well, congratulations on the win again. Thanks for chatting with us, and we'll see you the next time you're on the track, buddy.
You bet. Thanks, Roger.
Daniel Zegers, your winner tonight. Let's look at our results. Preston was second. Miller was third. Josh Gerlach in fourth. Nick Chambrone, great run for Nick all the way up through the field. Comes home fifth tonight. Apparently destroying that car and getting rid of it was a big plus for him. He went from the back of the field to fifth. Andrew Haberman in sixth. Robbie Schaefer was seventh. Jeff Stewart comes up to eighth position finishing tonight. Reed Rundle in that ninth spot. J.G. Boydell in 10th. Peyton Grease was 11th. Thomas George 12th. Gabe Gladfelter 13th. 14th to John Boyce. Chris Jabot in 15th. John Fowler 16th. Roderick Fitzke was 17th. 18th to Don Runkle Jr. 19th was Daniel Walker. Nick Cohan in 20th. Robert Lynn 21st. Terry Mustard, rough night for Terry. Ran up front for a long time. Ended up having troubles. Goes 13 laps down. He finishes 22nd. Hongdo Longmire in 23rd. And Corbin Hutchison with a real bad wreck there. Flipped the car over. Just tough luck. Car got loose in front of him. He clipped him. Flipped the car over. He ends up 24th tonight. All in all, great run. Fantastic finish with Preston and Zegers with tiny bit of contact coming out of 4 after the slider, but they get to the line facing forward. Casey Miller gonna pad his points lead a little bit there. Finishes in third, so another great podium for him. Another awesome week of racing. These guys right back here at Falls next week in the big blocks. And we will see who picks up the win there. Gabe Gladfelter, the defending champion, and he had a great run last week at Charlotte. So we'll see if he can back that up and keep himself atop the points going into the third race in the big blocks. Well, that is going to do it for us here tonight at the Dirt Racing Network. For Dominic Santino and myself, guys, we appreciate it each and every time. We know you can watch this stuff just about anywhere these days you choose to come here. Check us out. Watch the great racing that is offered to us to put in front of you. And we thank you for that. Until we see you the